hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax. For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? All right, calm down. No need for that. I'll let you in right away. Just need to get the gate unlocked. Welcome to Riften. Gate's unlocked. Head inside when you're ready.
Need a ride? My carriage is the safest way to travel.
You can get a room at the Bee and Bar, but mind your corn purse. It's no secret that Deemskid makes its home here. Oh, and if you meet Maven Black-Briar, stay on her good side. This is her city, nobody else's.
Well, in you go.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Black-Briars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs. The Black-Briars have Riften in their pocket and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. All right. Let's not get too hasty now. So what do you want to know? Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. So basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says.
What in the name of oblivion do you want? Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me and I pay a visit to the Thieves Guild. Make me angry and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation.
You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you.
I'd hardly call them a guild. More like unorganized rabble.
They're vermin. Garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash.
They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place.
They used to be pretty feared around here. I mean, you'd whisper the name, and it'd send chills down your spine. Now, they're nothing more than ruffians and thugs, trying to pry a few extra coin from honest people. All it would take is a small force of guard to go into the Ratway and flush them out. It's our name for the old sewers that run under the city. It used to be a huge system hundreds of years ago, but it fell into decay, just like the rest of Riften. The Guild stocks the place full of thugs that aren't good enough to join, so watch yourself if you venture down there.
No one cares about us. No one. We could die and no one would ever even know. They'd just throw our corpses in the canal.
Maven Black-Briar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail.
We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Black-Briar has assured me that they're being dealt with appropriately. As one of our city's most influential citizens, she's taken it upon herself to oversee their incarceration. Sadly, they're proving elusive, but I have confidence that Maven won't give up until this city has been rid of them all.
I can't take this place anymore. The trees, all the colors, the city so dark. Why? It makes no sense.
Lately, I've had my hands full suppressing these ridiculous accusations of corruption in the keep. There are those that believe the Jarl does nothing for this city, that it's corrupt and run by the Black-Briar family. I can assure you that this is entirely false. We are fully in control of everything.
The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt, rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others. Authorities, have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people.
You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws. Maven Black-Briar is the owner of the largest and most profitable business in all Skyrim, the Black-Briar Meadery.
Yeah, what do you want? If this is about the meadery, we can talk later.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
She's an absolute pleasure to work for. In fact, I almost feel guilty accepting pay from her. Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery workers just how lucky we are to be working for such a charitable family. Okay, look, if I'm caught saying anything bad about the meadery or the family, I'm a dead man. I'm the 4th person to work the tasting counter in the last year. The last 3 are at the bottom of Lake Honrik. Just take my advice, and just get out of Riften as soon as you can.
I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you want? Maven Black-Briar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture?
Lady Maven's been developing the secret recipe for Black-Briar mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first. Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me. Yeah. Fired. Sure. That's what I meant.
We're pleased to have her in Riften. She brings stability, opportunities for employment, and strategic value to our city.
Why don't they listen to me, Kirano? Why won't they do as I say?
Aha!
Maybe they're
Fellow
afraid of you.
Nord.
Maybe it's your breath.
Trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire?
They always try to take advantage of me. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
I'll tell you one thing. If you don't make peace with them soon, you may get a walkout on your hands. Then we'll both be in trouble.
I'm partnered with Maven Black-Briar. I put up a chunk of the gold she needed to get the place off the ground. We've been staggeringly successful so far. In fact, I'm almost surprised how quickly she's generated business for us. My name may not be on the label, but some of my blood, sweat, and tears are in every drop. Figuratively, of course.
If Maven Black-Briar keeps raising prices on meat, I'll have to resort to watering it down just to make ends meet.
Lady Maven could buy or sell anyone in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one pulling the strings around this city. She's always welcome in Mistveil Keep, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure she even has some pretty influential friends within the Empire. I'd also warn you not to cross her. She employs quite a few troubleshooters to take care of messy problems.
If only
Well,
Maven would stop
that was
raising
important.
the price on it. Maybe I could afford to stock more cases.
We could always look for another brand.
And what might you
That
need?
isn't an option. Maven sees me serve a competitor's brand here, and we may as well dig our own graves.
Genuine
scared
Falmer
to
blood
death?
elixir for sale.
I
Live for thousands
I
of
hear
years.
everything
See into
just
other people's
stops
thoughts.
forever. It all just goes away, but you don't realize it. I don't want to die. Yes?
Once I'm in charge, I have bigger aspirations than just Skyrim. I plan to bring Black-Briar
What in the
mead to
name
all
of
of
oblivion do
Tamriel.
you want?
Well, there is Ingun Black-Briar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy.
Fancy yourself the adventuring type, eh?
Ingun,
It's
how
just
much
as well.
longer do you
I
intend
doubt
to
your
waste
combat
your life
prowess would
concocting
prove valuable in a
foolish
real
little
battle
passions?
anyway.
I've told you, my interest in the family business is quite low. I wish to be much more than just a merchant.
Your interests lay where I
was
wish them
trained
to
by
lay.
some of the
Otherwise,
finest
my
warriors in
favorite
all
daughter
Skyrim
may end up homeless
to
and
wield a
without a
blade
septum
as
to
if
her
it
name.
was an
Is that
extension of
clear?
my own arm.
Yes, Mother.
Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master.
My mother spares no expense where I'm concerned. I'm heir to the family fortune, after all.
And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I've always got time for lovely ladies.
Maven Black-Briar has sent word that she requires your seal in order to expand her shipments into Morrowind.
But of course, tell her she'll have it. Maven is one of the few people I can trust, and I'd be delighted to give her my blessing.
As Jarl Leila's
Yes,
houseguard,
my lady.
I would ask
I
that
will
you
pass the
maintain
good news on to
respectable
her.
distance from her at all times. Everyone knows the Thieves Guild uses the old sewer system beneath Riften as their hideout. I'd go down there myself, but that would leave Jarl Leila unprotected. Liars and bastards, every one of them. I'd have their heads on a pike if it wasn't for the war effort. All I need is a dozen men, and we could march into the Ratway and burn them out like rodents. Stormcloaks won't have it, though. Too busy keeping the Imperial forces at bay. Ulfric's a bloody hero. I don't think there's a worthy Nord alive who dare argue the point. He's taking the Empire to task and making them answer for their crimes. I don't think I'll be content until Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim with the ashes of the Concordat at his feet. Indeed, there have been multiple attempts on the Jarl's life. We're not certain if it's the Dark Brotherhood or simply Imperial sympathizers. We've also had run-ins with spies attempting to probe our security for weaknesses. I work with the city guard to make certain they fail.
Aha, a fellow Nord. I trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire? You're not from around here. Imperial spy, perhaps?
At the end of the day, I'm the last line of defense for the Jarl. I will not allow her to fall.
Well, I feel Ulfric's cause is just. My concern is for the people of the Rift. How can they continue to lead their already meager lives with dark clouds looming overhead? My heart goes out to them. If only our coffers were deeper, I could protect them as they were my own family. If Riften should fall, it's only right that its leader be spared.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Sure, I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even speak to me?
Oh, you poor thing, you must be starving. Come to the temple later and let us feed you.
And what might you need,
You looking for something or what?
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel, eh? People say I'm making gold off of other people's misery, but what else would I do? Smithing is all I know. Next time one of my shields deflects a killing blow, they'll change their tune.
You gonna buy something, or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. Are you serious? I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. Well, let's all raise a flagon to Ulfric, future king of Skyrim and bringer of poverty to the working class. Come on, come on. The sooner you buy, the sooner I can get drunk. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase or not. I just need the coin. The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. Are you serious? The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. Skyrim is going nowhere, fast. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns.
A genuine
New
balm
around
of blood
Riften?
elixir.
Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Bar. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Taylor,
Me?
come
Wine?
around.
I think you've had plenty, Full Wolf. Maybe you should head on home.
Stupid lizard. I said, give me some more drink, or I'll have your head on a pike.
Suit yourself.
Reconsidered my offer.
Sorry, Henry. I've no interest in becoming your valet.
What's the matter? I thought you people were used to indentured servitude.
Youth, Black-Briar or not. Say that again, and so help me, you're gonna need more than your mother to protect you from me.
I presume you have something important to say? Every day, the threat of exile from Riften draws closer for myself and my family. Who knows how many spies the Empire has sent into our midst already? We're at war. This isn't the time for hospitality. Thank goodness Mother is keeping a level head about everything. If my brother Saerlund had his way, we'd be flying Imperial colors by now. Can you believe that fool had the audacity to speak of his love for the Empire in the plaza? He expects us to drop our defenses and greet them with open arms, to dialogue with them rather than defend our homeland by spilling their blood. He's a traitor, plain and simple. Had I been sitting on the throne, he'd be hanging from the gallows for his sympathies toward the Empire. If you must know, I was practicing in the yard when the guard I was sparring with fainted when I specifically told him to duck. My blade bit right into the stonework next to the keep and needed serious repairs. Thankfully, our smith Balamond works wonders. In fact, if you'd fetch my blade from him, I'd be most appreciative. I should have known better than to ask a knave.
Lazy good for nothing, isn't he? Sent you down here when I'm a stone's throw from the keep. Here's the sword. Tell Harald to stop slaying walls, and perhaps his blade will stay in better condition.
Oh, come to gloat, have we? To poke fun at the Jarl's youngest son? I could feel you laughing behind my back. Because I did something not a soul in this blood-stained house of war has the backbone to do. Dared to speak my mind. I dared speak of the Empire and the lies that have been spread by Ulfric, the leader of the Stormcloaks. Now my mother's stripped me of my heritage and incarcerated me here like a common criminal, and my brother has all but disowned me. Be wary what you say around here, friend. You'll find not all take kindly to insurrection. Ulfric only cares about one thing. Ulfric. He's ordained himself the future High King of Skyrim, and steps on anyone that gets in his way. He's begun a rebellion against those that wish to eradicate the worship of Talos, and uses it as his rallying cry. His cause may be true, but the man is a lie. All he holds in his heart is lust for the throne. Be careful!
Aha, a fellow Nord. I trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire? They mean to take our history and crush it all in the name of some damn treaty. The soil beneath our feet is steeped in the blood of our ancestors. We've fought for this land, and died for it. I lost my own daughter to the Imperial dogs, and by Talos I'll not lose anyone else. Lilia joined the Stormcloaks many years ago, when the first of the skirmishes broke out across Skyrim. I was so proud of her. She served as a battle maiden, using her healing arts to help those that fell on the battlefield. Never even lifted a blade in her life. It didn't matter. The Imperial soldiers cut her down, killed her like a dog, and left her body to rot in the mud. And that's why I won't rest easy until every single Imperial soldier joins her, and Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim.
My father was a Stormcloak soldier in his younger days. Now he just walks the streets spewing his hatred and propaganda. My mother is the priestess of Talos. She tends to the shrine and teaches his ways. I'm just not so sure she's delivering the right message. Don't mistake my political beliefs as a substitute for my family values. They're still my parents, and I love them dearly. I just think they've let my sister's death skew their outlook on Ulfric and what he really brings to the table with this war. I'm not so certain that Ulfric's intentions are as noble as they think. I think Ulfric cares about Ulfric, and the rest is a smokescreen. I'd appreciate if you kept my opinion between us. The last thing I want to do is have my parents lose another child.
Crime is an all-time high in this city thanks to the Thieves Guild. Don't we have enough problems with the war going on?
Rifa? I was looking through our books and there's an entry for spices. Says we spent 300 septims. What is that?
Spices? I'm certain I have no idea what you're talking about.
You sure? It was in your handwriting. If you can't keep the books straight, then let me do them.
Ah, yes. Spices. That was a special order for someone in White Line. Should be along any day now. Don't let it worry you, my dear.
Riften's biggest exports used to be fishing and honey until the Black-Briar family moved in. Now the meadery is the biggest game in town.